Hey, everybody. So, we talked to you a lot about doing things on social media, and I know that for ages we have said things about your VIP group and your private pages, but you know what? You've got a whole nother social media platform out there, and that is your personal page. Okay. Your public personal page that's out there for everybody. And here's the thing, you don't have to be salesy on your personal page, but there's nothing wrong with letting people know who you are. And one of those things, if you go and look at your social media, just scroll through, people put everything out there. Half of the stuff on my social media page is salesy. Okay. It's all ads from places. We're not going to do ads because that costs money and we are not going to do that. But you know what we can do on social media? And we do it every time we post, whether you realize it or not, is people love to give opinions. Everybody you know, people that you do not know, want to give you their opinion, whether you want it or not. So when you ask them for your opinion, that's even better. And every time you post, honestly, you're asking them for an opinion. Okay. If you post a new selfie or you post a new profile picture, you're waiting for people to like it. Liking it is their opinion. If they love it, you're really in business, right? You've really got their personal opinion. So y- everybody, and you give your opinion all the time. You give your opinion to people because why? You like being asked for your opinion, okay? You want people to know that you have an opinion, that you know what's going on. So if you're going to post on your public page, get some information out of it, all right? You might as well use it. So we're going to talk about surveys a little bit. Surveys are fun, right? And they're very non-threatening. Nobody feels like you're asking them to buy anything or do anything or join anything when you post a survey and ask for their opinion, but they're so informative. And I just want you to think about some of the things you could put out there. I started a couple days ago with, your focus on the holidays, but some of the things you can do are just super simple. Okay. One of the things you could ask them was, what are you most interested in? So, what are you most interested in? Are you interested in getting cooking tips, recipe ideas? Are you interested in saving time or getting organized, or maybe just quick fixes around the house? Doesn't have to be anything in particular, but when people click on your survey, when they start telling you what they want, it gives you two things. It gives you the opportunity to talk to them on a personal level, maybe direct message them, or even just reply on the post. If somebody says, I'm interested in cooking tips, all you have to say is me too. I love it whenever people say things like, if you put the spoon over the pot, the water doesn't boil over. I mean, a lot of people don't know that kind of stuff. But the other thing is, okay, you can private message them and you can say, hey, I have a group that I give a lot of cooking tips in, and I'd love to see you join it. Or you can just start sharing them on your public page. This is a great time of year to share anything about cooking, anything about gifts. Okay. And I've told you before, one of my favorite things to do if I don't know what to post is Google it. All right. Google is a whole lot of fun and you get a lot of crazy things on there too. But like today, one of the things I Googled because I wanted to do a survey, but I didn't know about what exactly. So I Googled holiday survey questions. Simple enough, right? Holiday survey questions, and got five super good ideas for five different surveys. Now, it was one survey on there, but it was just questions that you could use. So one of them was, what product category tops your gift list this year? So my survey would be, what are you looking for the most this year? Toys, kitchen things, home things? Are you looking for bargains? Are you looking for unique gifts? Or are you looking for homemade gifts? Because honestly, we have them all. So all you have to do is share what we have with people when they start to answer your questions. And surveys are super simple. They're easy to make. You can do surveys on the new glass. You can do surveys on the big T, okay? Surveys on the big glass. How do you deal with leftovers? Do you freeze them? Do you throw them away? Do you put them in Tupperware? Do you put them in throwaway plastic in the refrigerator? Do you just throw them away? What's a leftover? Okay, those are some of the things you can put in a survey. It's like whenever somebody says, "Did you know you could cork a half drunk bottle of wine?" And people go, "What is that? What is a partially drunken bottle of wine? I don't understand that." So do you throw away your leftovers or do you actually use them? If they freeze them, if they're going to keep them, we have those products and they need them. And if they tell you that they put them in throwaway containers, then they super, super, super need you. Okay. The big T's, you can ask all kinds of questions like, what was some of how many travel mugs do you have in your cabinet? All right. Because I've had people say, "Oh, well, I already have this brand or that brand." But how many of them? Because I know my kids want all the colors. Okay. So because you have one doesn't mean you don't want another one. It just means that you don't have this one. And you can ask those questions, do you like hot drinks or do you like cold drinks all day? Um, does One of my favorites is, does your tumbler float? Okay. Doesn't sound like anything, but people are like, "Well, I don't know. I don't know. Why does it need to float? Does it float?" But some of the most fun we had last summer was watching the big T's float in the pool down in Florida because they did. They just kind of bob around and they're a lot of fun. Kids love that kind of stuff. And if you're going to be in a pool, it's a great way to be able to grab your drink because it's not going to sink. Um, so how many colors, do they leak? Do they float? Do they fit in your cup holder? You know how annoying it is to buy something to take with you and have it not fit in the cup holder? Yeah, it's just it makes me mad and then I don't ever want to take it with me again, okay? But these are all things that you can put on your public page to bring attention to you, to get more people commenting on your posts. And so we've talked about posting twice a day. And you can go live twice a day, or you can just post twice a day. I put a thing on Champion tonight. It was a reel that I made, and I said, no voice, no hands, no face. It was just pictures of the big T and a song. That's all. You can do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care how badly you don't want to put your face on social media or you don't want to talk. When you do a reel, they give you a list of songs you can use, and all you have to do is post pictures. People will watch them. Make first picture fun. Okay. My first picture is a picture of a faceless elf. That people will watch weird things. So I tried to talk Ellen into putting her bow on her head this afternoon. She wouldn't do it. But yeah, and she's still going, "Nope, it's not happening." I have put stickers on my face, I have put bows on my head, people like hats on you, anything will do. Debbie Cosgrove, I was looking at you whenever we started. If you don't go live wearing exactly what you had on whenever the rally started, you are missing a ton because people will stop and watch that right there. So I love it, and you look adorable. But you guys take advantage of social media, especially, Christmas is 6 weeks from today. So you've got about 4.5 weeks to let people know what you have, how much help it could be to them. There is going to be cooking, there's going to be leftovers, there's going to be all the things that they need our products for. And those new glass, that is such an amazing Christmas gift split up into separate things. You can put those nuts in the small one. You can put some cookies or fudge that like Fudge Bonnie made last week. If I got one of those glass things with the Fudge Bonnie made last week for Christmas, I would be so happy. I would also hide it so that nobody else could have any. Fair warning, okay? But just think about what you can do on your public page that will let people know what you do and how much you love it, because that's the kind of thing people need to know. And we went for a ride today, and I saw 17 places that said now hiring, and that's because of Christmas. Well, we're hiring too, and they don't have to leave the house, and they don't have to do it on somebody else's schedule, and they don't have to deal with people that are going to annoy them. Like that happens to me when I get an outside job is I have to deal with people that annoy me. And so all you have to do is let them know that we're here and they can do it. If they just want to do it through Christmas to make the extra money, fantastic. But most of the time, once they find out what they're doing, they're going to stay in there for the duration. So don't miss the opportunity, guys. Get on your public page and let people know what you're doing.